he is a target because they talked about this in court. They said somebody tried to shank him already.
So Diddy is claiming that his throat was nearly in prison. According to Diddy, he was asleep in his cell and he woke up to a man standing over him with a shank at his throat.
An inmate from Fort Dix prison just dropped a bombshell and he probably wishes he hadn't said a word. Footage of Diddy behind bars, along with claims that he's being targeted, is blowing up across social media. Ever since 50 Cent's shocking documentary hit Netflix, new evidence and witness statements have started connecting Diddy to some dark stuff from his past, and this video dives deep into it all. We're breaking down exactly what's been happening to Diddy inside prison and how a brand new criminal investigation just kicked off last week. Things are heating up fast, and what's coming next might be even worse than anyone imagined. Because here's the truth. While Diddy might be smiling in those prison photos, looking all relaxed with the people around him, that's just for show. Behind that calm look, insiders say Diddy's terrified. Over the past year, he's been attacked more than 3 times, and each time he barely made it out alive. It doesn't matter whether he's locked up in the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York or at Fort Dix in New Jersey. Danger seems to follow him everywhere. There's a giant target painted on Diddy's back, and everyone in that prison knows it. Someone out there wants to make sure he keeps his mouth shut and doesn't dare expose any powerful names. This isn't just random drama. This is a warning. But to really get what's going down, you got to understand what Diddy was actually charged with in the first place. Back in September, when Diddy was first dragged into custody, federal prosecutors hit him with some heavy accusations. RICO charges. That's the same kind of charge used to take down entire crime organizations. But here's where things get weird. Even though it was labeled a RICO case, not a single other person was named.
Because we got video of reporting for work in the library where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates, settling in for a day on the job.
You can't run a whole operation solo, so it's clear Diddy had people working with him. Now, those same people are desperate to keep him quiet, making sure he doesn't say one word that could drag them down too. What makes it even crazier is that Diddy never believed he'd actually end up behind bars. He thought that no matter what, his connections could save him. And these weren't just any connections. We're talking about big names like Bill Clinton, Obama, Trump, and even people linked to the British royal family. Diddy wasn't just a music mogul. He was moving in the same circles as world leaders. This whole situation didn't just explode after Diddy got shipped off to Fort Dix. It started way before that. Multiple inmates have come forward saying Diddy wouldn't stop name-dropping President Trump, even while he was still locked up at the MDC during his trial. People inside were stunned. Why would a convicted mogul keep bringing up a former US president like that? What kind of connection did he really think he had? Turns out Diddy wasn't just talking. He was expecting help. After spending over a year in prison, he actually reached out to the White House asking for a presidential pardon. But here's the twist. Donald Trump completely shut him down. According to reports from the New York Times, the president himself confirmed that Diddy's request came through in a written letter. While the full details of that letter haven't been released, Trump made it crystal clear he's not planning to commute Diddy's sentence. He didn't explain why, but insiders say this was something Trump had been mulling over for months. And when asked about it back in May during Diddy's marathon trial, Trump gave reporters a response that had everyone talking. News about Diddy's rejected pardon request hit just a month after his legal team filed an appeal on his conviction. And the reason behind Trump's decision might shock you. Word is, the only reason Trump refused to help Diddy was because of 50 Cent. Yeah, you heard that right. 50's name keeps popping up in this story. And every single time Diddy tries to dodge the fallout, 50 steps in to block him. When rumors first started swirling that Diddy was planning to use his ties to President Trump to score a pardon, 50 didn't waste a second. He jumped online, called it out, and made sure everyone saw through it. And when that viral footage of Diddy inside prison hit the internet, guess who was right there again? 50 Cent, posting his reaction on Instagram for millions to see. But here's where things get wild. 50 isn't just trolling for clout. He's actually putting in real work to expose Diddy. Sources say he even pressed pause on some of his major business projects just to personally reach out to alleged victims and get them featured in his explosive documentary. That's not just petty beef. That's a mission. 50 wants to make sure Diddy's entire case stays in the public eye so there's no room for any shady backdoor deals or quiet settlements. The spotlight 50 Cent threw on Diddy, along with the hard evidence he dropped in his documentary, is the only reason some victims are finally seeing justice. Diddy's been doing everything he can to make 50 back off, but it's not working. Word is, right after the documentary exposing Sean Combs' alleged crimes went live, Diddy tried to send a message in his own slick way. Just one day later, 50 reportedly received a bouquet of flowers straight from Diddy himself. Of course, 50 didn't stay quiet about it. He posted the flowers on Instagram, saying he knew exactly what Diddy was trying to say with that gift. The timing was way too suspicious, and fans instantly caught on that it wasn't some friendly gesture. But let's jump back to what's happening inside those prison walls. And it's not looking good. According to new court documents, Diddy was nearly taken out after an inmate tried to attack him. Reports claim he woke up with a knife pressed against his throat and only survived because a nearby corrections officer stepped in just in time. Since then, insiders say Diddy's been paying off other inmates for protection just to stay alive. And get this, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard who also worked as a corrections officer, recently came forward spilling details about how celebs like Diddy really act when the cameras are gone and the cell doors slam shut. Gene Deal dropped a bombshell no one saw coming. And what he said about Diddy's future behind bars left everyone stunned. According to Gene, if Diddy's forced to stay locked up for the long haul, things could take a dark turn fast. He warned that Diddy's biggest threat might not even be the other inmates. It might be himself. Prison changes people, and Gene said straight up that Diddy doesn't have the mental strength or street grit to handle that kind of life. If things get too rough, Gene fears Diddy might try to take the easy way out and harm himself. See, Diddy's always played the tough guy role in his music videos, but behind those walls, that image doesn't mean a thing. He's never had to get his hands dirty, and now he's surrounded by real criminals who can see right through him. Word inside is that prisoners don't take kindly to people accused of mistreating women, and that's made Diddy a major target. Even former mafia heavyweights like Michael Franzese and Sammy "The Bull" Gravano weighed in, saying if the mafia had known about the kind of allegations Diddy's facing, they wouldn't have let him walk around free for a single day. In their world, someone accused of those things wouldn't last long, and maybe that's exactly why Diddy keeps getting targeted in prison. The longer he stays locked up, the more danger he's in, and his legal team knows it.
He was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
This got to be a promotion.
Yeah. It feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah.
Just before the holidays, on December 19th, Diddy's lawyers officially filed an appeal, fighting to slash his 50-month sentence or get it thrown out completely. They argued that since the jury cleared him of some of the more serious charges, keeping him locked up this long is unfair, and they're pushing hard to get him out before things get any worse. If Diddy somehow manages to survive the next 12 months and beat all the new charges piling up against him, he might actually walk out a free man. But that's a big if, because things aren't just falling apart inside prison. They're collapsing on the outside too. This is where the story takes a wild twist. Diddy's empire is crumbling right before everyone's eyes. An investigator from the New York Times recently uncovered that Diddy has been secretly trying to sell off his prized private jet, the same $30 million plane he used to flex in his music videos. That's right, the jet that once screamed luxury and power is now on the market, and word is Diddy's desperate for cash. Sources close to the situation claim he's basically broke at this point and needs every penny he can get to fund his growing list of legal battles. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, the LA County Sheriff's Department announced a brand new criminal investigation involving Diddy. TMZ was the first to drop the bomb, revealing that the probe also links back to Jonathan Hay, Rihanna's former publicist, and even Biggie Smalls' son, CJ Wallace. It's chaos on every level. Diddy's losing his freedom, his money, and now even his legacy is starting to slip away. Diddy's reputation is falling apart faster than anyone expected, and the music industry is watching it all crash in real time. For years, Diddy was seen as untouchable, surrounded by stars, billionaires, and politicians who treated him like royalty. But now, those same people are ghosting him completely. His closest celebrity friends have gone silent, pretending they were never part of his circle. Sources say that even some of his longtime collaborators, artists who built their careers under his label, have started cutting ties. Some quietly unfollowed him on social media, while others are scrubbing old photos and posts like he never existed. One insider revealed, "Everyone's distancing themselves from Diddy, nobody wants to go down with him." That says it all. And it's not just the industry turning its back. Brand deals are vanishing too. Big-name companies that once begged to work with Diddy are now tearing up contracts overnight. Reports claim a few luxury brands even demanded that his name be removed from future campaigns to protect their image. What's wild is that the same celebrities who once partied with him at lavish mansions are now publicly shading him. Some have even hinted that they knew about his dark side all along but stayed quiet because of his power in the business. It's like everyone's suddenly rewriting history, and Diddy's empire is being erased one connection at a time. Jonathan Hay reportedly came forward with shocking claims, saying Diddy assaulted him after inviting him to a studio session to record some tracks. But that's just one more case on a growing list of trouble closing in on the fallen mogul. Every week, a new story breaks, and this one might be the most explosive yet. 50 Cent's hard-hitting documentary didn't just expose Diddy's shady past, it unearthed fresh evidence and witness statements that could finally blow the lid off the truth behind the murders of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. For the first time, documents and testimonies directly tying Diddy to both crimes have surfaced, and the impact is massive. Now, Tupac's family isn't staying quiet either. They've launched their own independent investigation, hiring top attorney Alex Spiro to dig deeper into what really happened. Even Tupac's brother, Reem Shakur, has broken his silence, publicly expressing his suspicions about Diddy's alleged involvement. The walls are closing in, the investigations are expanding, and Diddy's so-called allies, they've all gone silent. The empire he once built on fame and power is crumbling fast, and it looks like there's nowhere left for him to hide. If you want to stay updated on everything happening in this wild case, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment with your thoughts. This story is far from over.